We got some more people in the waiting room. How's everybody so far? Everybody good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Very good. And Michael has his hand up. I'm not sure why he has his hand up, but I can see your hand is up. Welcome, Olga. Good to see you again.
Hi, Nino. How are you?
Very good. So yes, you didn't miss anything last week, so it's all good. Every 2 weeks we are here. Marvin is also joining. I think there's a few more people that are coming in, but while everybody is coming in, I might get everybody to introduce themselves. And since you were here last time, Olga, would you like to start? And then Rinat will let you go next. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And then we'll just go around in the circle.
Yeah, cool. So hi everyone. My name is Olga, and what are we supposed to say? Just experience with
A little bit about yourself, a bit of
the game.
experience, whatever you like, really. Anything you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with.
Okay.
Or maybe not a War and Peace. That might be a bit too long. Like from the beginning to the end.
No worries. So yeah, a bit about me. I'm a painter. I had 3 different careers, but now I'm focusing on what I really love doing, which is painting, and therefore I also want to figure out how to have financial backing, and I guess so that I can continue doing what I really love doing. Yeah, some stuff behind me there. I've played the game 2 weeks ago, first time after 15 years, so just getting back to it and keen to learn more. So thanks.
Okay, very good. Good to see you again. And Rinat, would you like to go next? Hopefully that is the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, that's correct. No
very
worries. My name is Renat. First time here, so I don't know, literally just Googled up some, financial cash flow games in Sydney, and here I am. That's all I can say.
Welcome.
I recently arrived to Australia. I mean, it's been like 4 years working at a school doing IT stuff. That's it.
Very nice. Welcome. And then Michael, would you like to go next?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael. Well, I've been playing on and off Cashflow with Mano. I don't know when I started, maybe 2 years back. And yeah, well, I'd like to network with people and also get some new ideas and maybe just refresh my memories and maybe get some hints from other people as well.
Very good. Yes, I've lost count of when you first came to Cashflow, but yes, it's been a while now. It's been good.
I think it was 2018 or 2019.
Yes, as I said, I don't remember the exact date, but it's all good. As long as you're here today, that's the most important thing.
I think I met even Mladen. I think he was doing online Cashflow for you, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
So I think that would have been in the cafe in Balmain, and Mladen came to visit once or twice, maybe even 3 times. And there's a very good chance that you would have met him. Yes. So I don't know if Mladen remembers you, Michael, but yes, that is possible. I want to quickly say welcome to Somnuk, who's also just joined.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Menno.
Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yes, likewise.
So we're just doing the introductions. So almost everybody's introduced themselves. We'll just go to Mladen, and then you can introduce yourself after that if you like. So Mladen, would you like to go next?
Hi everyone, my name is Mladen, and I play game about 2 years. now and really enjoying. I'm looking to meet other people, like-minded people, and to increase my knowledge and probably start to invest in real life. At the moment, it's still in game.
The game is a good, safe place to begin, though, so it's always a good place to start. Okay, thank you, Mladen. And Somnuk. And I have to stop touching the table. My table shakes, so when we're recording, if I touch the table, the whole screen shakes and does things. So yes. Over to you, Somnuk. I'll try not to touch the table.
Oh, good. So I met Menno at a New Year's Day activation with my coach, and I've been promising Menno to drop in and join for months. So tonight's the first night. I've been investing in property for a little while, but always good to meet like-minded people and pick up tips wherever possible.
Absolutely. Good to have you. I'm glad that you've made it after a little bit, and it's always better late than never. And we'll still have to put that tennis on top of your roof at some stage when everything's out again. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, Olga hasn't played for 15 years, and I started playing 15 years ago, and I've never stopped. I've played on the board, I've played off the board, I've done all sorts of different interesting things. I used to own a cafe in the city, which is where I started the Cashflow Club, or at least I took over. It used to be over in Circular Quay, and I used to attend that one, and then the owner went back to America, I took over, and the rest is history, as they say. And today we're going to be playing an online version, which is a little bit more than the usual version is that you would play when you're playing in a Cashflow Club with the board. So it's going to be a little bit more. We'll see if we can do it without overwhelming you. I'm sure Olga and Mladen's the one who created it. So I'm sure Olga will attest to the fact that it's not too overwhelming. Fingers crossed, hopefully not. But we'll start and I'll explain how it works so it's nice and easy. And then if you have any questions, you can just ask throughout the game, and we'll do whatever we can to make it as exciting and fun as possible. But I like to have a nice slow game so that anybody that has questions can ask questions, and we can do whatever we need to so that everybody gets the learnings so that you can implement cash flow in real life, because that is the ultimate aim. So when I had the cafe, I remember I used to have lots of people that came to the cafe. We'd play cash flow, and I'd ask them at the end of the game, and I said, so what are you going to do in real life? What do you do in real life? And they'd look at me and they'd be like, real life? Really? And so it became a bit of a mission of mine to make sure that when people play the game, they don't just play the game, but we help them to actually get into real life, because otherwise there's not a lot of point to playing if you're not able to actually do anything in real life. Okay, so if you can all make your Zoom windows a little bit smaller and then open up a web browser. And I'm always hoping that it will open up automatically, because it should open up automatically. If you go to, and I'll just copy it and put it into the chat for everybody so that it's a little bit easier. There we go. And I need to open up the Zoom bigger again, because otherwise I can't access the chat. There we go. So this is the website. If you go to the website, then it will allow you in, and I'll start sharing the screen so that everybody can follow me and see what is happening. Here we go. Then it's hiding under here where I can't reach it so easily. Ha! There we go. Okay. And then at the bottom you have click to play. So I won't click that until everybody's found the website. So you can give me a hands up on the screen, or you can give me a hands up as a like reaction hand up, as it's called, I think. And then if you are in, then you can click the play button, and then it'll take you to, so I can see a few people that are already there. So if you've already played before, then you can put in your user ID and password. If it's your first time, you just need to fill in the section underneath and register. And once you've registered, you are also in. And then I will sign in from my side. And then you can see the screen that you need to be on.
Continuayo. Oh, parang namukush ito.
And then, Michael, I might need you to put your computer on mute while you're talking in the background so that everybody can still follow the game. Thank you. Thumbs up. And then when it's your turn, obviously you can unmute yourself if you want to share something. Here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you are in. Let me know if you need any assistance at all, if you're having any troubles getting in. So I can tell Olga is in. And Rinat is in. So your thumb up. How are you going, Michal and Somnok? Somnok's in. Michal, are you in? Or getting there?
I'm trying to get in, but it's not letting me.
Are you signing in or are you registering?
I just registered and I'm trying to use the same username and password to get back.
It's not letting you in? Oh, this is why we have the expert Mladen with us. Mladen, you might need to see if you can help Rinat get in. It seems like he is using the same username and password but struggling to get in. So we'll get Mladen to have a look into that for you. And in the meantime, you can still watch and I'll go through and explain how the game works. So I probably have a version open that has a little bit more access than you do from the beginning. So if I mention anything that's not on your screen, just let me know. But it works similar to the board game where you are going to be selecting cards. So you can see here the select card button. And when you hit that select card button, it will give you the possibility of a small deal, which is less than $5,000, a big deal, which is greater than $6,000, or what is in the game, the rat race deals, out of the rat race deals, which are over 100,000. So probably that's not for today, but you can pick a deal that's less than 5,000 or more than $6,000. On the left here, you can see your cash flow statement. So you can see how much you earn, how much your expenses are, and you can see how much cash flow you have. So how much discretionary income you have for investing in other things after you've paid all of your expenses. And at the bottom, you have an overview of everything that you own with some information about that. And I'll probably explain a little bit more about that later on. I'm just going to put everybody to the bottom so that I can show you here on the right as well. We have an indicator that we're also using to score everybody in the leaderboard so that you can see who's ahead of everybody else. So this is your other people's money score to see how much of other people's money you're using in order to be able to be financially free. And we also have some milestones that you can achieve. So your passive income greater than your expenses, all ratios within range, minimum 7 real estate properties with positive cash flow, and a couple of other things that you can aim for so that you can get some ticks on those. At the top here in the gray section, we have a couple of other things such as statements where you can see your balance sheet and income statements. And I'm just going to brush over some of these. Cash ledger where you can see what's been happening with your cash. So I've already continued the game since last time, since the game saves. So you can see what kinds of things I've been doing. I've been paying taxes and paying my expenses and receiving income and doing also and purchasing houses. So that's been a lot of fun. And I paid Olga as well last time, I can see. So that was interesting. And then we have the performance. So we can see some ratios, and you might not have this on yours just yet, but I'll show you how to do that later on. And you can actually see when you are starting to perform in a way that you are heading towards getting out of the rat race. So if you're doing the right things, these will all start to turn blue. And if you're not doing the right things, they will be in the red. So I've been playing a little bit aggressively, so I'm still in the red. Don't worry about me too much. And then in the last one we have, sorry, somebody had a question?
I had a question.
Yes.
The performance one.
Performance, yes.
So it says current ratio. So what is this ratio of?
So the current ratio is a ratio that's used by bookkeepers and accountants in order to be able to have a look at how solvent you are and how well you're able to pay off your debts. And so we have the current ratio and the cash flow ratio and debt to asset ratio to have a look at how you're performing with regards to how well you can pay off your debts, how much debt you have compared to assets, how much debt you have compared to your income, all of those different kinds of things. As I said last time, I haven't had time this fortnight to actually make videos on each of those, but the plan is still there to be able to make those videos on each of those, and then it'll be much easier for you to understand them. But for now, they're just there and not something that we want you to focus on too much unless it's something that you already understand a little bit about, until I've made the videos, and then I'll explain each of them in detail.
Yeah, no worries, because I guess, cash flow ratio, even if you don't know the details, you can kind of imagine, okay, it's cash flow, to maybe income, but like current ratio, it just doesn't give any hints of, whatsoever what the ratio is. So yeah, but yeah, I'll wait for your videos.
Okay, perfect. But current ratio is going to show you how well you're able to pay off your debts so that you can see whether you're getting into financial trouble or not. So at the moment, I'm doing okay with my current ratio. I'm able to pay off my debts in a timely fashion. But with regards to my cash flow ratio and debt to assets ratio, I've obviously been buying a lot, and I have a lot of debts compared to the assets that I have. But I will make videos on each of those so that you know exactly what they are. And then lastly, in this section, we have the scoreboard. I'm the only one in my own room at the moment, so you can only see me, but later on you'll be able to see everybody in that section, and we'll be able to see who's performing the best out of all of us. So as we play, you're able to choose the cards from here. And then as we're playing, I'll also explain the things here up at the top as we go along. So once everybody is in, what we can do is we can click on room, and I will create a room for us. Let's call it, what's today, the 20, I don't even know what the date is, the 28th of September. So we'll call it 28 Sep, and I'll create that one. So if everybody can click on room and then choose 28 Sep, and then you'll be able to come and join me in the room. And then we can start playing, and I can answer any other questions that you might have.
Mena,
Yes.
can we just pause for a moment? Rinat and Olga, I had to change the password. So if they can change the password, what they want to use from now on, I don't want to have password that is now that is given to them. And they change it under settings. Can we go over settings? My account.
So I'll just put it in as well.
And change that password to something else that you like. So please update and re-log in again to see this working.
Okay.
Olga, I gave you password for original one username that you want to use. So pick which one you want to use.
Yeah, I think I'm like, remember I had those two emails because we had the issue. I think I'm logged in with the one. Yeah, anyway, I'll change it anyway. Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so we'll get the technical issues out of the way so that everybody can join, and then we are good to start. So let me know if anybody gets stuck on that one. But for everybody else, you can also start to head to profession, just at the top here next to playboard. And you can click a random profession. And later on, once you've played a number of times, you can also put in your own numbers so that you can play with your real life numbers. And I usually like to tell the story of a lady that came and played with us, and she said that it would be impossible for her to buy property. She didn't believe it was possible. And then I got her to play with her real life numbers, because when she was playing with the airline pilot, well, the airline pilot has really high income, so it's easy for the airline pilot. When she was playing the janitor has really low expenses, so it's really easy for the janitor. But me, I am somebody different, and she couldn't fit herself into the scenario of playing with somebody else to achieve her own goals. So I got her to play with her own real life numbers. And within a couple of months, she realized that there were different ways of increasing her income. She started earning more money. She started doing different things. And she's now buying her second property when she thought that it would never be possible for her to ever buy property. So it's very powerful once you've played a couple of times to play with your real life numbers, and you can fill in the details here so that you can see what would happen, like in a real life simulator, if I was to play, starting from where I am in real life. So it's very, very powerful. So I'm going to hit random, and I'm going to redo my own profession as well. So that starts me off from scratch again. And so now that everybody is in, I'll start playing, and I'll start talking about some of these other things that are up here as we play. I'm going to start with a small deal because I have no more money left since I've restarted. And so I have stock onto you entertainment company. And so there's been a movie buyer fired after third mega flop. The shares sink. So today's price is $5 for the company ON2U. It has no dividend, but it has a trading range of $5 to $30. And anybody is able to buy this one. So anybody can hit the buy button if you want to buy some, if you have some money, and you can see how much money you have in your cash ledger. So if you go in here, I can see, for example, that I have $641. This is the disadvantage of me sharing my screen. Everybody can see how much money I have and what I buy and how much of it I buy. That's always fun. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to buy a couple of these. Let's have a look. Later on, I'll stop sharing my screen so you can make your own decisions.
Menno,
Yes.
we don't have to buy it, do we?
Don't have to buy, no. So
Okay.
any of the deals, you can choose whether you'd like
So
to
you
buy
can
them or
do
not.
no deal.
So you can do no deal. You can do
Okay.
this is awesome. You can do that's a bit iffy. Whatever you like. I'll explain as we get to different kinds of cards. But yes, any of the green cards, you get to choose whether you'd like to take them or not. Okay. Once I hit done, it will be gone for anybody that hasn't already hit buy. So I'm going to hit done. And you'll see that there's always a fun little quote at the top as well. And that passes it on to Michael. So Michael, your turn. You can hit select card first. And then we'll see what comes up, and I'll explain a little bit about the different cards. So the yellow cards are payday. So Michael just received his pay. That's all he gets to do. So he has to hit done so that Renat can have his turn.
So what do I do? I click on select card.
Yes, if you hit select card first, and then we'll see what comes up, whether you get to select one of the small or big deals, or whether something else comes up by itself.
Yeah, I think it's giving me the deal options.
Yes. Oh, that's good. So then you'll need to choose either less than 5,000 or greater than 6,000. And in this case, you can read the card out if you like. Makes it a little bit easier for everybody to follow along.
Payday plus preferred stock, too big power. High yield preferred shares of major domestic electric power company. Dividend and price fixed at fair level by State Utility Commission. Everyone may buy or sell as many shares as they wish at this time.
Okay, so today's price is $1,200. The yield is 10%. It will give you $10 dividend per month. And the trading range is 1,200 to 1,200. So this is a utility bond. So the company borrows your money, and that bond will always stay at the same rate, and they will just pay you a dividend on that. Technically speaking, they'll just pay you interest on that, and that's $10 a month. So anybody that would like to buy that one can also buy one of those. And if you don't have to. So when you are ready, Renat, anybody that's hit buy will be able to still buy it. But once you hit done, it will pass on to Olga.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do.
Oh, it's going for something slightly bigger by the looks of it. That's a nice little down payment. You'll still be playing with the numbers from last time.
Yeah, I
Olga
as you
still
can.
has a bit of cash.
Yeah, I have a little bit more. Luckily, I was able to invest 2 weeks ago. So what do we have? Split level.
There goes my place on the scoreboard from last week.
Why do we have 0 again?
So I started with a new profession.
Okay, on purpose or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also to demonstrate. Last week I accidentally did it, but this week I did it on purpose.
Right. Should I also restart?
No, you can keep playing if you want to. That's fine.
Okay, I'll try. I'll pick some smaller deals so you can all participate next time. Cool. So what do we have? Golf membership included. May sell for 65 to 150 and it costs 115. So the LVR, can you explain a bit about that? Because I have some real estate and the LVRs are a little bit different. So would you mind?
So the LVR is going to be your loan to value ratio. And in this case, it's going to.
It has negative cash flow.
Yes.
So that's a, and I guess it costs like somewhere in the middle, may sell for 65 or more. So, I could make money on it later, but because it has negative cash flow and the game is called Cashflow, I'll pass this time.
Okay. That's why we give you so many different numbers so that you can evaluate a little bit better. Because in the game on the board, when you're playing, it doesn't actually break down what your income and expenses are. It just tells you how much the cash flow is in the end. So in this case, you're able to also see how much your income and expenses are on the property. And then Somnuk, welcome to the game. Your turn.
So press select card.
Yes. Oh. And you have the opportunity to sponsor a child. Yes or no to that, depending on what you feel like doing.
Where does it say how much income I've got? Cash flow statement at the top?
Yes, cash flow statement will tell you how much your earned income is as well as your passive income.
That's per month, isn't it?
Correct. And then you have your total expenses, which will give you your cash flow, which is your discretionary every month.
Look, I'm only a police officer and I only make $3,000 a month, so I have to pass on this, I think.
No need to justify. It's completely up to you.
How do I? Oh, press done. Okay.
Done, yes. Okay. Let's see if I can get something good to buy. Ooh. Okay, so we have MYT Few Electronics Company. Trade war panic leads to record low share price. Record low share price. I like the sound of that. Everybody may buy or sell at this price. Today's price is $1, so still no dividend. But the trading range is 5 to 30, so it's even below the 52-week trading range. So to me, that is a little exciting. So I'm going to buy. Oops, and I only bought one. Oops, that's not what I was planning to do. That's okay. Okay, there we go. Michael's asking me to wait. So once you're in, I can actually hit done and you're still able to finish your transaction. So if you are in, you'll be able to finish your transaction. It looks like he's buying frantically. test theory. I'll hit done. He should still be able to complete his transaction. Michael still played from the time when it automatically kicked everybody out when you hit done. So he knows the drill about being very quick to buy shares, but you don't have to worry as much anymore. And then Michael, it's your turn once you've bought your shares. He's obviously buying a lot. It's taking a while.
Yes, I did.
Ha ha ha. Okay, and then we're excited to see what card you take. Oh ho, congratulations. So unlike Somnook, this one is compulsory. This one isn't. Would you like to sponsor a child? It's your choice. This one is congratulations. You got your partner pregnant. So Michael's expenses will go up slightly.
Can I divorce?
Can you divorce? You can divorce, but the kid's still yours. You're still paying for it.
Or can I just sell the kid, you know?
I've heard every single possibility, and I've said no to every single one of them.
Wow, what was the craziest one?
Can I murder them? Can I kill them?
It's too expensive. Oh my.
Killing is no good. I would sell them.
Okay, we'll get you to hit done, and then you can pass on to Rinat, and then you can figure out what you're going to do with your children, but you're keeping them. You're still paying for them, so.
You could, you know, employ them and make them make money for you.
They're probably a bit young for that. Oh my goodness me, Michael, you're setting off a trend. Rinat's also decided to go and have babies.
Ah.
Congratulations,
Did you
Rinat.
forget the card at the bottom of the stack?
So unlike the game, this obviously has randomized cards. So yes, you can get the same one twice, whereas in the game you don't get that as often. Oh, shopping mall wanted. So these blue cards, Somnook, are going to be, and Rinat as well, by the way. These blue cards are where you have the opportunity of selling one of the opportunities that you've bought. In this case, nobody owns a shopping mall unless Olga still has one from last time. Yes, so the blue cards are sales cards where you can sell things that you've bought throughout the game. But I don't think this one's going to relate to anybody because nobody owns one. And Somnook, over to you. Ooh. 10 acres of raw land. Wonderful park-like setting with stream, 10 acres, undeveloped, no roads, no utilities, no noise. No noise.
But I don't. Where did they say what money I've got to?
So in your where it says cash ledger.
Where's that? Can you?
Just under your name. Or you can also see how much cash you have just at the bottom of the page where it says cash checking account, cash savings account, cash investing account, cash charity account. You might not have all of those accounts. But you
I
can
don't
see
have
how much
enough.
cash you have there. And
So I can't buy it because I don't have enough.
so you can if you want to borrow money for it.
Oh.
But it's up to you. So if you hit buy, you can see how much your down payment is. And you can also reduce your down payment to a minimum down payment. So if you type in 0 where it says down payment, it will show you once you hit update what your minimum down payment is. I don't know if you have it on the 10 acres of raw land though, because it doesn't have cash flow, so it can't really recalculate.
Yeah. Oh, okay, borrow.
But you can borrow for it if you want to. So inside that buy screen, you'll have a button at the top right which says borrow, and then you can borrow the money for it if you want to. Obviously, you're going to be paying interest over that money though, which will automatically deduct throughout the game. And I think, Olga, did you have a question?
Yes, question was, what does the game do? Like, what's the bankrupt, situation? Like, if there is no money and then someone takes a loan, like, and just, when is it too bad and you basically die or lose or go bankrupt?
So I have played a lot of very, very aggressive games. And I've only had one game where it really got out of control. And I ended up with 100,000 in debt that I wasn't able to ever repay. The cards were just in the deck in exactly the wrong order. So everything just came out that we were buying. And there was never an opportunity to sell them. It was just really weird. I think we played for about 2.5 hours and it was like, this is just a write-off. But generally speaking, bankruptcy isn't really such a great thing to go through. So I have had a lot of games where I've actually forced people to start in debt in order to be able to work their way out. It's actually a version that I teach and created in order to be able to help people to avoid the bankruptcy. And if you do get yourself into trouble, figure out how to come back from it so that you don't declare bankruptcy as quickly, because it will ruin your life for more than 7 years. And it prevents you from doing lots of things. So I actually help people to see how to come back a little bit. And it's a really good way to be able to figure it out on the spot rather than to figure it out beforehand rather than on the spot. Because on the spot, you're in the stress, you're in the challenging aspects of it. So you don't really know what to do. Your brain goes blank. And if you've already done it in the game a couple of times and you figured out some of the strategies you can do, you just automatically go to it. It's similar to a pilot who's got an emergency situation and they've already done it 100 times. If they've never done it before and they have to come up with a solution, it will take more than the 5 seconds they have to be able to do it. If they've already done it hundreds of times, then they just automatically react, and it usually goes well based on the fact that they've already trained for it. Does that answer the question? That was a long answer.
So the game doesn't make you bankrupt. You just like this one time
bankrupt.
you decided that it's going to be easier to go bankrupt than to pay it off.
Yes. However, Mladen
Yeah.
is working on an algorithm to put in that will curb your borrowing capacity once you reach a certain level of borrowing. So it will start to have a credit scoring system in it, or similar to a credit scoring
Yeah.
system, where if you get yourself into a lot of bad debt, it will then knock you back on loans. We just don't have that yet because it's obviously something that's a work in progress for now, but that's one of the things that we're adding in.
Awesome.
And in
Thanks.
the meantime, it's my turn. I am not sleeping. I'm just answering questions though. Haha. I like the quote at the top of this one this time around. The most common form of laziness by staying busy. I used to suffer from that a lot. I'd just be busy, thinking things were happening, but there was no income coming in from the busy things that I was doing. Ooh, I like this one. Hopefully I've had a paycheck in the meantime. I haven't, but what I will do is I'll quickly go to bank and show everybody, since I'm about to do something with this. So you can withdraw funds, but they don't really go into your real life bank account, but you can transfer funds, you can borrow funds, you can repay loans, and you can pay another player. So I'm about to transfer some funds, if I click on it correctly. And so I have a savings account and I have an investment account. So I'm going to transfer my investment account to my checking account. There's $480 there. So I'm going to transfer across 480. And I'm also going to transfer across the rest of my money so that I can put most of my own money towards this property. I'll move that to the checking accounts, also 480, so that I don't have to borrow as much, so I don't have as many loan repayments when I have money sitting around on the bank otherwise anyhow. And then I'm going to buy this one. And then Somnuk, I'll just show you very quickly. So as I said before, if I type in 0 and hit update, you'll notice that the numbers will automatically change on the return on investment on this property. And in this case, I definitely want to pay a slightly lower down payment if I can, but it looks like I was already on the minimum anyhow, because I noticed that it didn't change. Because it has a negative return on investment. However, it does have a bit of capital upside. So I'm going to borrow some funds so I can buy that one. And hopefully somebody picks up a card that I can sell this one quite soon. There we go. So I bought that one. And just as well, very quickly, I'll just show everybody who wasn't here last week. And this is always the challenging part. If you have a look at the very bottom of your screen, you'll see that I have my stocks and my real estate, and it will show you how many months I've had it in possession. And this is something that you also don't have in the board game itself. In the board game, you don't pay any capital gains tax. But in this case, if I've owned any of these properties or stocks for less than 12 months, it will charge me capital gains over 100% of the capital gain. And if I have owned it for more than 12 months, it will only charge me 50% of the capital gain. And I only pay tax over the actual capital gain, similar to real life, where it's only taxed at 50% of the capital gain. So I now own this property. So if I own it for more than 12 months, it will charge me less tax than if I own it for more than 12 months. Okay, so I bought that one. I'm going to hit done so that everybody can continue on. And then over to you, Olga. And I think Rina has dropped off.
Whoa.
Oh, what have I missed? I was just checking to see if everything was still going okay on Zoom. And we have, okay, for you, today's price, $40. So if you hit the sell button, it will actually show you whether you have those shares, or you can see it at the bottom of the page. But you can also hit sell, and you can see whether it actually relates to something that you own. When it doesn't, it will say no assets found. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I'd love to sell at $40.
Yeah, so I have some, but I had them for 9 months.
So you can sell them
So-
if you want to, but obviously the tax is going to be a bit higher. Up to you.
So if the capital gain is X, I'm paying 50% of X, yeah?
So if your capital gain is X and you've had them for less than 12 months, you're paying tax based on the X. If you've had them for more than 12 months, then X is divided by 2, and then you pay tax over the X divided by 2 amount.
And the
But
amount of
that's-
tax is 50% as well.
It
No,
depends
so
on your
tax-
income stream, doesn't it?
Yes, it depends on your income. So the taxation is going to automatically calculate, but your tax will show half of the actual capital gain as an income.
Yeah.
And then over the year, it will calculate, and we'd only be able to see on your tax statement, because obviously you've already played for more than 12 months off of the last game. So my tax statement is going to be empty, so I can't show you off of my one. But when we get to 12 months, I'll show you my tax statement and it will make sense.
And so like just on the face of it, we don't know how much tax I'm paying, and I would have to look somewhere else to see how much tax I'm paying, and I guess trying to understand what is it based on. Well, I guess my income, obviously, in the bracket, yeah, but also any if my properties, for example, have a negative cash flow because they have higher costs, then that would lower my thing, right?
Correct.
My-
So
my
when you have capital gains, it will add to your income. And when you have losses, it will deduct from it. If you've adopted a child, or if you have other kinds of expenses that are deductible, it will reduce that off. And then whatever the total amount is of income minus your deductibles, you'll be taxed over that amount. So if you are able to keep it for more than 12 months, it will reduce the amount that your taxable income goes up.
Say it again, the last bit.
So when you have it for more than 12 months, you're only being taxed over an income which is half of what your actual capital gain is.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
taxed for a lower amount.
Yeah. Okay, I'll sell some and
But
see
not
what
taxed
happens.
for the full amount.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, done. So moving on.
Welcome back, Renat, after you dropped off. So it's good to see you back. Is Michael going to give us anything good? He's eating and doesn't realize it's his turn, I think. So I love the online version better than the board version. But what I do miss is that we used to sit down and we'd all eat together at the club when we were playing the board game version back in the day when we used to catch up in person. Miss that part though. So feel free to eat during the game, because we used to always catch up and eat during the break time. Oh, Renat, you're off to a concert. And I think, Michael, you ended up just receiving your salary there.
So you didn't set up the lockdown rules, obviously, for the game.
No
Concerts for us at the time.
this is probably in America. You can go to concerts again. Oh, mutual funds, growth for us.
So this is actually saying anyone may sell at this price, but only you may buy. And I clicked buy, and I think it lets me.
Yes. So the original version of the game, Lanon's taken the actual cards, but when
Right,
it
but
comes to
it's
shares, anybody can buy. So
Right.
for those of you who don't know the game will say that only you may buy. However, what we always used to do, and this is the way that the rich think, obviously, is that if only one person may buy, I can go up to that person and say, would you be able to buy some on my behalf under your name? So in this case, it's Somnuk's card. So we're going to Somnuk and we're saying, Somnuk, you're allowed to buy them. I'm not allowed to buy them. How about I give you some money and I'll pay you a bit of commission. And then I'm also able to buy some of those under your name. You own them. And I hope and trust that you will pay me the profit when I decide to sell them. But we're able to then all buy them. That's why you're
So if
able
I want to buy them, we need to ask Somnuk to do that?
So technically, yes. But in this
Yeah.
case, Laden's just set it up so that everybody can.
Right. Okay. Okay. Good. Cool.
So I've just
Yeah.
simplified the process. Same thing, just
Yeah.
simplified the process. Okay, so I got a condo buyer. I don't know if anybody owns one of those. Olga, you might from last game. I don't think anybody's bought any in the game so far.
I might. Give me a sec.
That's why I haven't hit done yet, because I am a nice fellow.
Thanks. 45.
It sounds like Olga has one of these.
I think I bought it for 40. So I don't know. Well, I guess it's kind of like 10-ish% gain.
And it also depends on how long you've owned it, I suppose.
Yeah, long enough.
Long enough?
But yeah, if it's like went from 40 to 45.
And then I suppose
don't
it
know.
depends on whether it's cash flowing positively or negatively, whether you like to keep it, whether you want to, whether you need some cash,
Yeah.
whether it could go higher. So many different things to think of.
Okay. Yeah, because if I, okay, yeah, I'm just trying to understand. I guess because I bought it for 40, but yeah, okay, I can see it here. My loan is 35, let's say. So I would be just earning not much. Sorry, I just need to think about what I have and what's going on. Okay, thanks. I'll pass.
Okay, and done.
Thanks for waiting.
That's okay. So I'm sure everybody will agree that it's good to take some time to be able to learn the lessons and not just rush through the game. And then over to you, Olga. Turn for your card.
A leading bank offers a special certificate of deposit, guaranteed interest.
Okay, we call them term deposits. So you're lending $5,000 to the bank, and the bank will pay you 4.8%. So they'll give you $20 a month for every 5,000. So if you buy 2 of them, you pay 10,000. You'll get $40 per month.
Anyone?
I am good, but thank you.
3, 2, 1. Okay, go on.
Hey, Michael, over to you. Give us a good card. I have to click it one more time if it doesn't come up.
Mano, it doesn't work.
Not working? Does it have 5,000 or 6,000 deal purple? If the 5,000 or 6,000 button is purple, then you need to click one of those after you've hit.
Hold on, give me 1 sec. 5,000. Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Otherwise, if you just
Okay.
keep hitting select card, nothing much will happen.
Okay, now I got it.
Ah, there we go.
Can I also sell the card as well?
You can sell the card to another player. Yes, you can. There's a button at the bottom right that says sell to another player. So
Yeah, there used to be one. I was wondering where that button is
so
today.
only the person who can sell it has the button on there.
Right.
If you don't have the option on the card, then obviously you can't sell it to somebody else. So yes, if you want to sell it to somebody else, you can.
I can buy it. I'll buy it.
Check how much cash I have. But yeah, I'm probably not in the market.
I can buy it if you don't want to buy it.
This is like prices 30 years ago.
Sorry?
Yeah.
This is like 30 years ago prices.
So these are still the American prices from back when Robert Kiyosaki created the game, which is probably about. So we're actually working on Australian cards now that are going to have like current prices, so it'll fit a little bit more. But yes, these prices are a little bit dated. They still work from
Did you buy it?
an point of view. I think Michael is buying it, but
I bought it, I think, no?
yes, if you've bought it, then you need to hit the button done so that it will move.
Okay, I see. Okay, I see. Okay, I got it.
You're not used to the buttons anymore. Okay, Renat, when you are ready.
Okay.
Oh, mutual fund grow for us. I think I've seen that one before. Months in possession, 0.
Anyone wants?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell some.
I'm tempted.
Okay.
We'll just screw up the taxes for this year. That's okay.
All good? Closing?
Okay, I'm good.
Done.
Not only a lover of tennis, but also golf.
Oh, well, recreation time.
Yes.
Do you get paid or do we all get paid?
So only I get paid.
Ah,
So this is how the game calculates the time period. So every time I pass payday, another month has passed. And so that's how it recognizes how long you've owned your investment properties or all of your assets, really, how long you've owned them for. So once I've passed payday 12 times from the time that I've purchased a particular kind of asset, then it will allow me to sell it at the lower income rate or lower capital gains tax rate.
So it's not round. You actually have to just choose the card?
No, so it will randomly select, but it will give you a payday on a regular basis. So in a sequence. So sometimes you'll see payday together with the card, and sometimes you'll just see payday by itself.
Oh, right. So it's just like an extra payday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is just a
Okay.
payday without any opportunity popping up. Oh, so Somnuk said no to sponsoring a child. Lots of judgment Somnuk's way. What's Olga going to do? Only joking, Somnuk.
I'll accept.
That's just because I threatened Somnuk with judgment, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay, Michael. Oh, I think that's the one that was high last time that we don't own. Okay, if your drug company's still high. I don't own them. Don't think anybody does unless Olga still has some.
I have some, but yeah, again, same, I guess, amount of,
Capital gains tax dilemma.
yeah. If it drops, how much will it would have to drop to 20 and me going above 12 months to equalize it, or am I miscalculating that?
So it's currently just a paper loss or paper gain. So nothing is really happening. You've just bought them for what you bought them for, and that's just their value. And
No, yeah, I know, but if I bought them for like $1 and now they're 40, right? So my taxable amount, and I had it below 12 months. So my capital gains, taxable amount would be $39. Let's say 40, right? So for example, I don't take it because it's too much. And then next round, let's say I'm going over 12 months, but if the price is $20, is it basically the same or not?
it's not going to be exactly the same based on how it calculates, but you would probably still want to sell it for 40, but just after the 12 months.
Well, yeah.
Well, you can just sell it and buy something else and make more money, Olga.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, paying taxes is a good thing.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. I'm waiting for something to buy. Okay, your turn.
Oh, and in the meantime, it is my turn. So if it's my turn, just remind me. Sometimes I'm explaining things and I get carried away. So just give me a little nudge. Ooh. How much cash do we have? Okay, so NYD for you is today $1. That reminds me of the good old days when you go to Paddy's Markets and they'd be telling you, box, dollar, 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 dollar for a box, dollar for a box. Who's been to Paddy's Markets and knows what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Probably Queen Victoria Markets in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's the one.
Probably do the same thing, wouldn't they? Okay, over to you, Olga.
Water everywhere. Oh no.
Oh, but only if you have an 8-plex, so you might be saved, unless you've got an 8-plex.
No, not that.
I mean, you're lucky.
No.
Well. So this one will calculate it automatically, I think.
Cool.
And over to Michael. He's probably looking at his partner lovingly because she's giving him food by the looks of it. Whoa, growth for us. Coming up again and again and again. The Renat's a month further on. Ooh, that's an interesting one. How nice of a guy Somnuk is.
So I don't understand. You have to sell a 1 ounce Krugerrand. Is that like gold or something like that?
So he's going to sell you a 1 ounce Krugerrand, which has a going rate of 1,500. He's going to sell you what's I think
For 3 times that much.
for 3 times that much. So if
Wow.
I'm trying to rip you off, I want some money from you.
Done.
Okay, small deal.
Actually, that would be 3 Krugerrands.
I think
Yeah.
the original card's meant to be 3 of them, yes. But still not undergoing rate, but that's okay. Okay, for you, is that the one that you still had, Olga? Because it's 50 today. But you probably
50, but I'm still 11 months. So
oh, so close.
so close.
So if
But
it's $50 though, it would possibly be worth having a look at selling, because regardless of the capital gains tax, you're making $10 more than the actual top trading range. So waiting for it might not go back to 50 again. It might only have a peak at 40. So it might be worth looking at just taking the extra capital gains tax and selling them if you need cash.
Yeah.
Sell, Olga,
Okay.
sell.
But I will leave it to you.
I sold.
Oh, then I'll hit done.
Okay, my turn.
Oh,
kid.
kids.
For every child. Okay, guys.
You don't have any children, you don't, but you might still have children from last game.
I don't know, actually.
Um,
Child expense. I have some children expense, so I think I have some, but
yeah, so go to your statements and you go to your income statement in the expenses section, it will tell you whether you have children. You'll see a little child's head, which represents each child that you have. It'll actually show you how many
Children.
children you
Well,
have.
it just says children expense 140, and yes, so there's like one head, and then the sponsorship expense separately, but it doesn't.
You have one biological child, Olga, so you are buying some toys by the sounds of it.
Choice. There you go. Play, kids. Have fun. Okay, done.
Oh, okay for you.
So that was the one that was 50 just
Yes.
before, yeah?
So back to one. A bit of a stock market day today. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't looking. How much did you buy? Can you tell me?
So if you don't see, I'm very happy for people not to see. I run quite a bit of risk actually sharing my screen.
Well, it's not like we're technically competing, right? Like it's not like what. Well, okay, yeah, we
Okay,
are.
I'm going to
because
put up the scoreboard.
we are, yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at the scoreboard where Olga is absolutely thrashing me because she's playing the same game from last week. And then in second place, Michael. In third place is me, who really wants to catch up to Olga, whose other people's money is off the charts. And then Somnuk, and then I can't see the last person because it should be Rinat, I think. My Zoom is on top of it. So that's where we're all at with regards to what we've been doing throughout the game. So in answer to Olga's, we're not competing. Everything's competition for me because I'm a bit of a competitive person.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like technically that's the comparison. So yeah. But it's not like us seeing what you do is preventing you from whatever, right?
So
it's just
when you play on the
maybe
board game, it can when you are negotiating prices, for example, with commissions and things like that. So right now, probably not. So I can say that I bought quite a substantial amount of shares.
Okay. Me too.
Let the competition begin. Oh, who's this? Rinat, you just got downsized. I don't know what you did to piss off your boss, but you just lost your job. So the interesting thing, I'll quickly explain this one as well, is that on the board, the game will penalize you 2 turns, so you can't move around the board, which then represents you not getting income for 2 turns. But you also have to pay your expenses twice. What the game does is it will penalize you your earned income. So while you're not working, you don't receive your earned income. That will go to 0. So if you have a look at your cash flow statement, Rina, you'll see that your earned income is 0. But you do still continue getting your passive income. So similar to real life, if you have passive income, obviously, even if you lose your job, you'll still be receiving your passive income. So that's what happens in this case. The computer automatically recognizes that you lose your earned income, but you keep your passive income, and you will not earn money for the next 2 paychecks. But otherwise, this one is much more realistic than when you play on the board. But you can keep rolling, keep playing, and you can keep getting opportunities just like in real life as well. So it's a really good way of playing the downsized. Ooh, Olga might have one of these. I don't think anybody else does because I haven't seen any of these come up that anybody's bought. But apartment house buyer.
Nope.
I don't have one to sell, do I?
If you hit sell, you'll be able to see, but I doubt you do.
Yep, no assets found.
I don't think anybody's come
I don't
across
have any.
Okay.
When can we sell
No one's coming.
stocks? Is it just when the card comes up?
So just when the card comes up, we are working on having it so that you can sell more regularly if you want to. That's why in the game, when we played on the board, we used to get people to pick a opportunity and a market card so that you'd be able to sell more frequently. The game will automatically give you more opportunities to sell here, but we're looking at possibly making it more so that you can sell whenever you want to, which is also more like what happens in real life, obviously. And in the meantime, I'm going to select a card. Sometimes I have to hit the button twice because it just doesn't take it the first time. Okay, I wouldn't mind being able to sell some shares at some point. But this is not a bad deal. Oh, how come I'm getting all of these negative cash flow properties today? What's going on? Would anybody like to buy that off me? Low commission? Wow, I feel like I'm selling ice to Eskimos. It's not really happening today. Okay, done.
No, I was on mute. I said I'll buy it.
Ah,
Too bad. Well,
Next time.
communication error, happens as well.
I got this vibe from you, Olga. It's like I could see that there was something, and then I saw you're still on mute. I'm like, no, you're probably talking to somebody else off screen, because otherwise I'm sure you would have unmuted yourself so you could actually tell me you wanted it.
Yeah, I know. Well, look,
You might be able to buy your own
happen.
case.
Maybe next time. Okay, let's see what I get. Come on, I want to buy something interesting.
Oh, house buyer.
Okay.
Oh,
let's
I actually have one that I've had for 3 months. Capital gain 40,000, taxable amount 40,000. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. I have money.
Okay. Yep. Done.
Hey, Michael, over to you. What good things have you been eating? It looks like you're eating fruit, or what are you eating? By the way. Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh.
Is everyone done? Can I put it done or?
I am done.
I am done.
I think I sold it. I wanted to. Well, I can't see it in the ledger, so. Sorry. Wait.
Oh,
I went to sell and I put the number and I clicked sell, but it didn't record, and then it
so
was
what you
late.
can do is if you go to reports, and I'll actually start showing you some also reports. So I'll just quickly have a look at reports.
Oh, I'm sorry, Olga. It just basically I already clicked it when you said sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
So if you go into reports, and you can follow my screen if you like, and you go into select reports, you can see your trial balance, your income statement, your balance sheet, and the balance sheet from the point of view of the bank, which shows that the bank owns your assets until you've paid them off. Your cash flow statement. In this case, what we want to do is we want to have a look at the general journal. And if we open that one up, it's in reverse order, so I need to go all the way to the bottom with regards to mine. And so you can see that I sold my OK for you. You can see how many I sold. You can see how much I sold it for. And you can see my capital gain, for example. And you can also see that I immediately paid my capital gains tax. And it will then put that back into the taxation and calculate whether it was correct or not. So I'll get a tax refund if it was too much, and I won't get a refund if it was the right amount or less. And then it will just charge me more later on at the end of the tax year. So you can see whether you've actually sold if you go into your reports and into the general journal. And then I doubt that mine's going to be in there yet, but if we go to, for example, the tax statement, I need to select the tax year, 2021. Don't know if mine's in there yet. Yeah, I've only had income, and then it will show you total capital gain, the amount of deductions, and then it will show you your taxable income. So that's the amount that you get taxed on. Now you can see the percentage and how much tax you've actually paid and what your refund is. So this was my 2021. And next year, obviously, there'll be more interesting information in there because this year I haven't done that much yet. But next year it will start to show more interesting things in there.
And it says tax on taxable income 10%. So I have 16.56. So it's also, I guess, on Australia, not Australian.
Higher tax brackets.
But yeah, like it's still lower than any tax bracket in Australia, right?
Yes. So these are all still American numbers from, as Somnuk said, probably about 20 years ago in America. You can also see your cash ledger, which we already saw. You can also see that in the gray section. The list of investment assets, so you can see what you own at any point in time, your sold assets, your doodads that you've run into throughout the game. And you can also have a look at your statistics. So while you are waiting for somebody else's turn, you can also click on some of those and you can see, wow, my statistics are so boring at the moment. Everything is in the same asset classes. Everything's paper assets or earned income or expenses. I don't have any real passive income and everything's in stocks right now. But you can see what my expenses are by type and my income distribution, which is also still a little bit boring. But play around with that throughout the game if you like, and then you can go back to playboard after that. And then we'll have a look at some of those other things in there later on, but we'll start off with just that one.
Oh no.
What's happened? Oh, downsized.
Sorry.
I thought that was in real life.
No, that was Rinat last time. It's my turn.
We're doubling up on cards today for some reason.
Yes, babies one after the other, downsize one after the other. You must be
Sorry, how does the withdraw and deposit things work in the bank? Because I was thinking that deposit means that if I have extra cash, I can deposit it in the bank.
correct.
But whenever I do that, my cash just keeps increasing.
So your cash should automatically increase because you're earning income. But deposit is more something that you can do if, for example, we want to do a demonstration and we want everybody to start with a certain amount of money, then we might give everybody some more money. You can deposit that money into your account. So that's more educational purposes. And withdraw the same thing. So if somebody's way ahead and we want to even everybody out for demonstration purposes, then we can get everybody to withdraw a certain amount of money so that everybody's starting in the same position, which is
Right.
have a look at the experiment that they did where they took whole groups of people and actually got them to have the same amount of money, and within a couple of years everybody was back to the same income levels and everybody had the same asset levels as previously. So evening everybody up doesn't really do very much because the people who have a wealth mentality will recreate their wealth, and the people that have a poor mentality that have received more money will automatically spend it and get themselves back into a slightly less advantageous place in life. And hopefully that answers your questions, Rinat.
And that's in real life, you mean, or in the game? Like that was a real life experiment, right? Yeah.
Real life experiment, yes. Well, I like the quote at the top of this one this time around as well. If you lose money for the firm, I will be forgiving. If you lose reputation, I will be ruthless. I never heard that one from Warren Buffett before. That's interesting. Okay, I have some cash to splash, and I have access to a positive cash flow property this time, which is very good. Here we go. Let's go for that one. Now the game is starting to progress. This is good. This is good. Okay, over to you, Olga.
Okay. Come on.
30. This is up to you.
You can offset some of your capital gains by donating to charity, Olga.
Absolutely, especially if it's sold before 12 months. Say, for example, okay for you at 50. Nudge, nudge.
Sorry, just one more question. With the transfer in the bank, does that do anything? Or is it just like different bags of?
So you might not have this right now. So I have a checking account, I have a savings account, an investment account, and a charity account. So this is they usually call it the T-Habecker jar system. There's also a Chinese version from I can't think of his name for some strange reason. Li Ka-shing. So Li Ka-shing also has a jar system that he uses in order to be able to take his income and put it into special jars that he uses for various purposes. So you can do this in the game. If you go to settings and you go to preferences, you can actually show more settings on your dashboard. So you can show the performance on the dashboard. You can show the bookkeeping status on the dashboard. You can include statistics reports. You can automatically tithe, which is 10% of your monthly expenses. In monthly expenses, so 10% of your income automatically goes to charity. And you can show the worksheet. And you can also pay yourself first and pay certain percentages into your savings account, investing account, and charity account. So every time you get money coming in, 10% will automatically go to my savings account, 10% will automatically go to my investing account, and 2% automatically goes to my charity account. And obviously, when you hit save, it will automatically start implementing those settings that you've chosen. So to not confuse you, we start with the basic version, and then you can add more if you want to, so that the screen looks similar to mine. Rather than obviously automatically giving me access to everything, which makes sense. Hopefully. Okay, so that was Michael, who has one up. So did you also have your hand up because you had a question, or did you have your hand up because you had your hand up from before? You cannot hear anything you're saying when you're on mute. Michael?
Yes.
Yes. So did you have your hand?
Can I continue? I just was waiting for everyone.
Aha.
If I can continue.
Okay, I think we've gone through the explanation for that one. And then you probably put your hand down, because otherwise I'll keep asking you if you have a question.
Yeah, Mano, I had a question.
Yes.
Can I reduce my expenses?
You can reduce your expenses. So in the bank section, you can go to repay. And then if you have a look quickly on Zoom, you'll see that you can select a kind of loan. So I'd be able to pay off my credit card. I'd be able to pay off my personal loan, or my other personal loan, or my real estate loan, or I could pay off my own home mortgage, which gives probably a little bit less advantage in the game, since it's not an investment property. but you can pay off any of those loans. So if I choose retail debt, for example, it will automatically put it at the top amount, but you can also pay off less than that. So I can pay off 400 on that and hit repay. So that is up to you whenever you'd like to. And yes, you can also pay other players, for example, and send money across to another player.
Okay. I'm sending you money, man.
I will not say no to that.
And I would like to buy this one if no one's buying this one.
Oh, I thought you were going to send me money too, Olga.
For what?
I don't know. Michael's just sending me random money, and then you started saying I would, and I thought you were going to say I would like to send you.
No, I would buy this opportunity if no one wants to take it, if the owner doesn't want to take it.
Talk about that one. That's his deal. So he will
Yeah.
say yay or nay on that one.
Do you want to sell this opportunity?
No, I'm buying it.
Oh, Olga lucks out.
Mena, I have a comment.
Yes, Mladen.
What you explained about repaying loan, it will not reduce expenses, but it will reduce your debt. Expenses are the same unless you repay.
So until you pay off the full amount, right?
So you'll just reduce your debt and you'll repay it earlier. Amount of repayment remains the same.
Okay.
What? Why? No, I think the monthly expense, because I've paid my some debts as well, and I think the monthly expense is I guess lower. So are you saying it's not? Sorry, I'm not sure if I understood. Just even on the main page, you can see that.
So I think for anything that's a personal loan outside of the usual things, I think if you pay them off, that should remove the expenses, no, Mladen?
Yeah, well, you arrange a loan for a certain period of time and you can choose to repay it earlier. But amount of expenses, well, try to repay something and see, partially, and see will it remain. For example, you have
Okay, I'll be a guinea pig.
Retail debt.
I have a bit of money right now, so I'll go in and repay my
retail debt.
smallest personal loan, first of all, and I'll also do my retail debt.
Yeah, but the retail debt, repay retail debt, but only not full amount.
Not full amount. Let's have a look. Retail debt. I'll put in 400.
All right. And currently, you have paid $50 per month.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll go to my statements.
Is it the same?
Still the same. Yes.
Mm.
My amount has reduced, but my expenses are still there until I've paid off the full amount. So there are a couple of things that we can't completely make exactly like real life just yet, but we are working on them. But we have worked very hard to make sure that everything is as real life as possible, much more than the game itself. And then Somnuk, I can't see the Scoreboard right now.
Oh, I just paid all my debts off while we were talking.
So I wasn't missing anything, which is good.
Plex Buyer, but I don't have any. Do I?
I think Olga
Yeah, no assets.
could still have.
Olga's got all the assets.
Well, I played longer. Yeah, but this one is capital gain on the negative, so no, thank you.
Olga, question for you.
Yes.
In reality, did you have a loan, and if you repay a little bit, does it go amount of money less monthly basis if you repay something, or it remains the same in reality?
Less. So if I borrow 200,000 and like suddenly I win 100,000 in lottery and put it there, then my base goes down because the percentage goes down, because it's just from the half. And then I have the, I guess, the base and the interest, so the interest is lower, right? And then I can, so my monthly thing goes down.
Yes.
Do you
Right.
need to refinance before that?
No, why?
No, so a credit card, you can pay off more than you need to, and the repayments will go down on that one. However,
Okay.
for example, with a
What about house?
with a
Property.
it's slightly different because with a house, if you make extra repayments, the bank will charge you fees.
Well, yeah, I guess depends. I have an offset account, so that does not apply to me because I just put the extra money to my offset account, which offsets the thing, and it is cheaper. But yeah, if you have a loan that penalizes you from paying it, then sure, but don't take those ones.
Olga, did you want to sell? Because I have nothing to sell.
Sorry, no, I don't. Thank you.
I don't want to sell that one because it was going to be a negative capital gain on that one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
What for 50,000 selling for 30,000? No, thank you. I actually have some money. Let's go for a slightly bigger deal this time. Oh, and I get a really big one with negative cash flow again. Why am I getting all of the negative cash flow properties? What is the universe telling me? That is a good question. Would anybody like to buy this one?
Mhm.
Nope. Not this time, but I want to buy something. Come on.
With a scoreboard. That's what I want.
Full coin.
Ooh, Renat's gone from the bottom all the way to second place. I don't know if you're
Wow.
doing very well.
Maybe I shouldn't have become debt free.
Been a bit of a role reversal all around.
Anyone has gold coins or?
I was just repaying my debts, Mano. That's why, you know.
Got 10.
Okay, I don't think anyone has coins.
No, the only gold
I
coin
have money and I can't buy anything. Come on.
rejected his friend's request for money.
Yep. Michał.
Oh, over to you. Encourage everybody to stay hydrated as well. We've been playing for a while already.
Mano, MIT for you. MIT for you.
Yeah, I'm buying
Anyone
some.
wants to sell or buy? All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Good.
Can I put it down?
Yes.
Yep.
I am good.
Mino, we haven't gone through very many cash flow cycles, have we?
That's correct.
How do you mean?
So the longest I've held a property is 5 months, I think.
Oh, right.
6 months. 6 months. We're halfway through. But just like real life also goes relatively slowly. So this is still a speeded up version of real life. We've still gone through 6 months faster than we would if it was real life.
Anyone wants this one?
Oh, what is it?
Negative cash flow.
Yeah, similar to the one you had before.
I don't have a lot of appetite for negative cash flow today. I just keep getting bombarded by them. But thank you.
Done?
But please keep me in mind in future.
Anyone want to buy this stock at the top?
I don't know if you're going to make a lot of sales that way, but I might see if I've got some to sell though.
Oh, yes.
There's always two angles to look at something from.
Everyone done?
I'm
done.
Oh, I'm going to quickly point out the quote again, because this one's a really good one. Taking care of you doesn't mean to award yourself with a new pair of shoes or spending beyond measure on a trip to Tahiti. It actually means to take care of your financial future. I like that one. Very wise words, King Kiyosaki. Ooh. Oh. Who has some cash who wants to get in on a deal?
Oh, wow. So how does it work?
We need people to put in cash. Send me your money so that we have 200,000 down payment. I'm happy to borrow some of the last bit if need be.
Oh, cool. Okay. So how does the cash flow distribution work then?
Every time I pass payday, we would calculate what your percentage is of ownership and send you the cash.
But like we need to do it manually here, yeah? Because the system doesn't do it. Sorry?
We'd have to do it manually, yes. Since, we can't have joint ownership just yet. That's something that Lam's also working on, so that when people buy properties together, that it will automatically distribute the cash flow based off of what everybody's put in for the deal or what everybody agrees. So even if we put in 50-50, if we say I'm going to get 60, you get 40, then the system would be able to do that. So we haven't got that far yet, but we can negotiate, and it depends on how much cash both of us have and whether anybody else wants to join us. We do need to raise 200,000.
So who's in?
I'm in.
Oops. I paid off all my debts. I have no money.
Michael, you got cash?
Yes, I have.
A lot of cash?
I can't tell you.
How are you going to get into the deal if you don't tell us? Renat, are you less stubborn than Michael? Do you have cash? Would you like to be in the deal?
I only have 20K.
I have 50K. I have 46K.
46K. Okay, so we've got 46, we've got 20, we've got what, 50, and I can put in 30.
That's still not enough, even if I drop.
Get a lower down payment.
We can lower the.
But how do you want to? But I can borrow the money actually, right?
Yes.
So I can have 50.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. See,
60K.
60K.
We can get it done for 60,000.
Yeah, I
Sorry?
can put,
Should I borrow some money too?
You could, but it looks like Olga and me might be able to do it, the two of us, and put in 30 each.
Oh my God, you guys.
So,
wealthy.
so hold on. What's happening? Should I borrow the money or not, Mano?
Actually,
They may not let us.
buy two of those. Get one for the two of you, and then we'll get another one with Mika.
You might have to look for one yourself afterwards. There's only one available. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
Would you like to go 50-50?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What?
If you can.
You're out of this deal. They've cut you out.
We
So-
could go
Okay,
three-way.
Mano.
Three-way with
Okay, my
people with
question.
no debt.
Let's call the anti-monopoly trust.
Okay, guys, I'm inviting you for my own game tomorrow. Okay, Cashflow game.
See, when you have money, you make enemies so quickly and so easily.
The rich only keep getting richer, and that's it.
That's an unuseful limiting belief, I believe. When you make money, you make enemies.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So shall I send you some money?
You can
Like we can go three-way, I guess, if for people who have cash, straight away, don't need the
So I
bank.
think Michael and Renat were both interested in joining, so we could also split 4 ways. So we could say 20,000 from each of us, and Michael and Renat also put in 10,000 each.
How much do you want me to put in?
It's gonna be a hassle to keep splitting the cash flow. Huh?
Yes, every time I pass paycheck, you need to remind me, and I can transfer across. I'd be transferring different amounts to all 3 of you, but I don't mind. I'm happy
You need
to.
a good lawyer and accountant for this deal.
Hold on, hold on. I have to call the lawyer for that. Okay, it's too complicated.
Okay, how about Olga and I put in 20 each, and then Renat and Michael, you can put in 10 each.
For how much cash flow though, 10 each?
So the monthly cash flow is 10,333. So it would be split. What's that?
3,400.
1/6.
Divide by 6, and you'll get the part that we're getting with Mikhail.
Yes.
Divide by 3, and you'll get the part that you're gonna get.
Yep.
So divide by 6. That's gonna be 17.
I'm okay, Manu.
Okay, so then
So
we
basically, it's gonna pay for itself in about 9 months.
20,000 each. Would you like to be a part of the deal, Renat?
Yeah.
Okay, 20,000 each.
Yep.
And if I can get both of you to transfer me 20,000, and I will put the payment through. Rather than putting the borrowing through, I'll just wait for your money and then we'll buy it.
Yep. Check your ledger.
You both. Here you go. The deal is done. We are owners in a new beautiful property. Let me write down how much I owe you both so that every time I pass paycheck, I know what I'm transferring to you.
Guys are property magnates.
Now we are, yes. What's it? It's a 60-unit complex.
Yeah, magnates.
I'm just a bit concerned about the .89. It's going to be a bit of a hassle to calculate that, but we'll round it up for you. I'll take slightly less. I'll just transfer you the slightly rounded up versions.
Look at your passive income just shoot through the roof, Minnow.
Yes. So I'm going to be paying some of that out, though. It's not going to be my own.
But your OPM, your OPM, like, your gauge is, I guess, disproportionately better than ours. But you got the deal, so
That was my card. So I did have the option on the card.
yeah.
I can tell that Olga's also a little bit competitive. I don't know if anybody else can tell.
Of course, if there's a gauge, I'm competitive. Wow, you're infinite. Why is that infinite?
So I am infinite.
Oh, you have more. You have more than Marco.
Milestones. You'll see that my passive income is higher than my expenses.
Can
However,
you scroll a little bit down? I want to double check something.
when I pay you both out, it might not be greater than my expenses, but just for now, the game's going to say.
Yeah.
So that's why we're working on the version where where it's split properly. But just up until now, we can do joint deals, but this is just the only way we can do it for now.
Mm.
Okay, so that was exciting. I will hit done.
Yeah. So exciting. I'm clicking. Ah,
Too many babies.
Oh,
Olga.
congratulations.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going into it.
Another friend.
Ah,
Another dodgy friend.
can I sell the card?
If you find the here, do you have the button? Well, I don't want to buy it.
Mano,
Yes, what happened?
Mano, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello.
I don't know if I'm going to want to hear you because I think you want to sell me your friend, and I'm
Mano,
not.
do you want to buy do you want to buy a card?
I am not very interested in paying for a friend that will probably be my friend anyway. They'll meet me and love me, and no need to like pay for a friend. I get
So
the
what should I put? Should I put the just buy or should I put done? That's it.
that depends. If you want to help your friend, hit buy. If you don't want to help them, hit done.
Oh, okay. I don't want to help him.
Okay, so I've just done the calculation. It's 3,665.96 each for that apartment deal. So I'll make sure every time I pass payday, if I pass it without recognizing, feel free to remind me. I will send you both your money.
So just to reiterate, like the payday is whenever is your turn to go as well.
No, when I get my paycheck.
Yeah. So which is when is your turn to go?
Not every turn, but when it says paycheck. So right now, Somnok, who was mentioning that
Just had a baby. Another baby.
Oh, baby. So where it says baby, it will say paycheck. Sometimes I'll only get deals. Sometimes I'll get paychecks. Whenever I get paycheck, I will pay you both your portion of the apartment.
Well, yeah, but I guess, there weren't that many paycheck cards, but we are getting paid every month
Yes.
still.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, I thought you said when there's the paycheck card, then you get an extra paycheck, but at the same time, each round we go, that's like a payday as well, right?
I only get the let's say 11,000 every time I get my payday, like right now.
Right.
And so every time I get that, I will pay you. If I only get a card but I don't get a payday, it means that I also don't get the 11,000, so I wouldn't be able to pay you. Otherwise, I'd be bankrupt very quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so I will hit done and send you both some money.
Cool.
I think so.
I think the done button didn't register.
Whose was that? Mine? I think my computer's a little bit slow right now. Give me a second. My computer's just decided. Oh. Did that work?
Yep. Michael, why did you pay me $50?
For the baby.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
Baby donation.
That's so nice of you.
I usually do that as well, but I got in trouble of somebody. They said, do they need it? Do they need it? Only pay them if they need it. Otherwise, they might not need it. So it used to be very normal for me to do that.
In the game?
No,
Or in
in real life. He's talking about real life.
Look, I don't know. Maybe that's a an in-game thing.
Most people would do that in real life.
Like you have a baby shower and all these parties, and you're giving gifts,
Yeah. Cool.
No, Mano, mistake. You should put Michael.
What? No. Oh, somebody's keeping an eye on me.
No, they cut you out of the deal, remember, Michael?
I can see exactly what's going on here. I've got the secret police onto me now. Okay.
So yeah, so I bought this one, by the way.
So you'll both have your income from that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can put the money on the account.
On to you. Anyone?
I'm done. I've got some things that I've owned for 8 months. This is getting exciting.
Anyone would like to get on to you?
Oh, good. All done.
All
All
done.
done. All done. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Sure. Give me 1 sec. What I want to do? All done, right? Man, I'm confused. I'm clicking on your screen instead of on my screen. I'm like, okay.
This is your punishment for spying. Punishment.
No, I didn't spy, but I just got confused. Oh, my monthly income increased. How come? Ah, okay.
Okay, I'm done on that one.
Done on that one.
Ah, mamma mia.
Anyone wants to?
I've already done what I
So
need.
did you guys sell? Did you guys sell? Did you have anything?
I may have.
Sorry?
I may have, Miss Competitress.
Competitors. Look, I just want to learn from you. I just want to see what the people are doing so that I can, yeah, I don't know.
So I'm a bit lower on cash, so I want to buy some stuff.
Mm. Okay.
So I like to keep my assets moving if I'm low on cash. So if I have cash, I like to purchase. And then if I'm running a little bit lower on cash, I'll evaluate opportunities to sell in order to be able to see if I can liquidate some money to look for better deals.
Mm.
If I can get a good return on it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All good?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 again. That sounds like negative territory for Olga again.
Olga's the only one that's got anything to sell,
No.
but not at this price, yeah?
I have a duplex,
Um,
but it's a negative capital gain.
Yeah, one is negative and one is positive,
Great.
but
Does anyone want to do anything? I can't.
I don't think
no,
anyone
I'm good.
you want to lose some money.
Minna, are we playing till 8 or when do we finish playing?
So yes, we usually play till 8, and then we do a quick debrief.
So
So
quickly, Mano, select the card.
everybody wants me to quickly select the card.
Quickly, yeah, let's buy something.
So at 8 o'clock we'll start debriefing, and then yeah.
Can we put a little bit of extra time, 5 minutes, because
So what's your goal with these 5 minutes?
just sell all my stocks and buy something.
Buy property.
The game holds your position, so you can just keep going. So it's all good.
No, we have to start all over again next time because you and Olga are too rich.
Oh, yeah. What can I say to that?
Be happy with our happiness. Like you golfing.
All right, Mano, you going?
What? No, August turn.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm clicking.
I was just letting Michael know that I'm not holding everything up. Oh,
Ooh, yes. Monte Carlo 10. Whoa. 200,000. Let's see. What's the minimum?
the minimum is 60,000.
60K. Let me see.
I can put 10 in.
Mm, no, I think I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I don't hold grudges. It's okay.
Unless like you buy, or like we can do something so that we, I guess,
Yeah, you can cancel
like
out
you
on
know what I mean?
the
Like,
initial one.
so he separate the previous position. You know what I mean? Can we do that? Like, how would we do that? You would pay me the thing, and then you don't have to
Is to
pay me
send
the
you
dividend.
20K and you're done basically. I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah, and then you don't have to. Yeah, yeah. Do you want to do that?
Okay. 20K.
It's like I'm inviting you to the deal, basically, as well, right?
Done. So I will send you 20,000.
That's 10. Odd loan. Okay.
That's not possible. I just borrowed 10,000 and I had 11,000. What's going on? Yeah, let's have a look how much money I have. Oh, I must have just gotten taxed. Ha 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 ha.
Mm.
Mhm.
I got taxed at the moment of borrowing. That is insane. There you go. This time I'm good for it. Okay, so when you pass paycheck, I'll get you to transfer me the same amount that I'm transferring to you when I hit paycheck.
That was a joke, right? Like, what?
Yeah, you can keep doing that if you want. He sends you some money and you send him the same money back.
And why?
Keep it fair. I'm obviously joking.
Sorry, I'm just clicking through. Okay, what happened here? I think I got it. Let me just double check. Last time I didn't sell my stuff. Okay, good. Okay, I'm clicking down. We can move on. Thank you.
Hey, Michael. That's probably going to be the last one to have a turn, and then we'll start debriefing.
Ouch.
Oh, what a way to end it. Oh my goodness me.
But 350 is like, that's fine. Like, when I think audit, I'm thinking thousands of dollars. Like, and I don't have, luckily I never had one, so I don't know, but.
What I'm thinking is the game ends in criminal proceedings.
Can I put down, or do I have to pay it?
You have to pay that one. How many people do you know that get away from tax audits?
You?
I've never been audited.
Lucky. Me neither.
I almost got audited once when I had the cafe. We were experimenting with weekend opening hours, and the taxation department came past and they said, "Do you open on weekends?" And I said, "No," because we weren't really open on weekends. We were just experimenting with it. And we had a big sign right next to where the tax department people were sitting, and it said, "Now open Saturdays and Sundays." We got that close to being audited for that one.
Mano,
Yes, Mladen.
Can we check from everyone a bookkeeping status on performance tab?
Yes. So if everybody can
Do you all have green ticks?
screen next to Scoreboard, there is something called performance, and you'll see that my bookkeeping status is 4 green ticks, and that is synonymous with the computer system still working properly. So if the computer system has any issues, it will automatically tell us, and there won't be any ticks. So if everybody could just let Mladen know, because I think he's just monitoring the back end and checking a
I've
couple of
got
different
blank
things.
screen.
Change settings.
You need
Change
to
settings and
open
preferences to include it.
Okay.
It will ask you about your bookkeeping status.
Uh-huh,
and you can
okay,
turn that on.
Rinat, what is your situation?
Yeah, all good.
Can you please also check reports balance sheet? Do you have on the bottom last entry, I mean summary, is debit and credit are the same numbers?
So I go to reports and
Yes, then balance sheet.
yeah.
Hang on. You need to see total net assets and equity should be the same, 2 numbers.
Total what?
What am I looking for? Sorry. Total non-current assets.
Okay, open a balance. Do you have open balance sheet?
Yeah.
So you can see it on my screen if you need to. So my balance
Okay.
sheet just now.
There is total net assets figure. Do you see the number?
101 on
Assets is all the way at the bottom here. So mine is 101,662.78.
There
Yeah.
should be the same number where it says total owner's equity at the very bottom.
Yeah, same.
Thank you.
And Menno, can you go to, I guess, Playboard and then the ledger just quickly?
Which one? Cash ledger.
Yep. Just the one in the middle above the quote.
You want to know how much cash I have, huh?
That would be interesting to know.
Everybody wants to know. So my last entry is 20,000 payment to Olga.
Yeah. Income. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, then what we will do is the most important part is to debrief at the end to see what everybody learned, what you enjoyed about the game, if there's anything that you think that could be improved, or whether you have any grievances against anybody for locking you out of deals, for example, that you really wanted to be a part of. This is open mic time for you to be able to share how you feel about things. But the most important part is obviously that everybody's learned something and what you got out of the game and how you want to use that. So we might start with Michael, because you're the closest one on the window next to my picture on the screen. And then we'll go around in order that I can see you in. And Michael's done debriefs with me, so he knows what I like to hear in debriefs.
Oh, really? Oh, well, yeah, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed to meet new people like Olga and Rinat and Somnuk, yeah, and others. Yeah, it was interesting. It was a little bit different than normal game, table the game. You know, missing the breakfast, you know, like always in the cafe. Yeah, it was good. You know, I was just applying the same strategies I'm applying for the table game, just buying the shares when it's the price when it's low, and selling the shares when the price is up. And I didn't have much opportunities to have some certain deals, but hopefully it's gonna come soon.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. And Somnuk, what would you like to get off your chest about cash flow today?
No, that was a lot of fun. This reminded me of a game I used to play when I was a teenager. But while we've been oh no, this was like 30 years ago, you know. And I think it was a precursor to one of these. But I was just reading an article about Robert Kiyosaki warning of a giant October market crash, and he holds gold, silver, and Bitcoin.
Yes, we live in interesting times.
Yes, Robert Kiyosaki is predicting a massive stock market crash in October.
Well, actually, I did a YouTube video about inflation. I actually had a look at the inflation figures based off of the M1, M2, MZM money supply. And yeah, it's very interesting what you find in there. And the fact that
inflation is increasing, yes.
Oh, it's off the charts. It's crazy.
Yes.
Similar to what in the 1930s Germany, but the pandemic and a couple of other things are really hiding what's really going on.
Yes.
And also exacerbating it, but that's another story entirely.
And Somnuk, so you're saying, like, was he saying that the crash in America or globally or Australia or what?
Do you want me to cut and paste? I'll cut and paste into the chat.
Sure.
That's always a good way of doing it. There's also the Evergrande in China, which is some headaches around the world. And interesting because the energy sector in China is now also hiccuping a little bit based off of that. I was reading this morning that, actually, I've got the article up here somewhere. Let me see. I'll also add that in. And China's also banned cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of very interesting things that have been going on with regards to that. China power crunch is next. Economic shock after Evergrande. So I'll just copy and paste that one.
Maybe in the Zoom, it's easier to click. And sorry, Somnuk, this link doesn't seem.
Oh, okay.
I've got that one in the Zoom. Actually, I was having a look at a lot of very interesting things.
Can you please
where's the chat on? Where's the chat on Zoom? Oh, here we go.
Below, there's the next to share screen, just at the bottom.
There we go.
I only went Michael instead of going to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
So while I'm copying, pasting some more of those in, unless you have anything else you'd like to share, I will pass on to the next person.
No, all good.
Okay, Renat, what would you like to get off your chest with regards to the game today?
Well, it's getting a bit noisy around here with kids, but I really enjoyed this session today. So very pleased to meet you all, guys.
Yes, you too.
First time, and yeah, all but positive for me.
Very good. And what was your
are you doing this on a weekly basis?
Once every 2 weeks, and we're looking at putting something else in between so that we might have a presentation or we'll have a talk about certain topics in between the cash flow sessions. We might also add some more. I'm not sure yet. There's more people coming, there's more enthusiasm, and there's more people that are showing interest in learning different things. So we're looking at how we're going to package everything up so that it brings the maximum value.
Good. So how do I get notified of the next things happening? Is it like gonna appear on Meetup?
So it will appear on Meetup. You should also be able to get messages from me now through Active Campaign, since you will be in there. And I have a VA who will send you information, and she automatically sends everybody that's already been messages with regards to upcoming meetings. So you're on the list now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Yes, Olga.
Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about the VA. Is that yeah, just something you're like, paying and getting, and if so, then are you happy? Because I have a job that I really don't want to do myself, and I just want someone to do it for me.
I got a VA from the Philippines through a very good friend of mine on Facebook, and he has a business coaching company, and he actually trains VAs and offers VAs to people, and usually they are full-time. But I can send you some more information outside of this. Feel free to reach out and ask me more, and I'll send you some information about it. Anybody else that's interested as well. But we'll come back to the debrief.
Thanks.
But I'm happy to send you some information about that. I'm very happy with her, yes.
Yeah, thanks. Let's take it offline. Thank you.
And then it's over to you anyhow, Olga.
Sorry?
And then over to you.
Over to me. Okay, yeah. Really fun as well, and also I guess because we were able to play with a little bit more money. Last week I was asking so many questions that we just got to, like small deals and stuff. So it was very fun. I guess what I would want to know for myself after the session, and maybe some of the statistics, or maybe it is somewhere in the system already, I just don't know about it. Like I would like to know, like I'm even not able to tell, like gut feel, what I made more money on. I think it was more on shares than on property, but at the same time maybe not, because there were some interesting property deals in there. So like I would like to compare what investment strategy is working for me somehow. Is that in somewhere that I can have a look?
So that is related to the statistics that we already have. I'll just check if Mladen can hear us. So that is something that might be interesting to add in. I don't think that would be too challenging for Mladen to add in, because it's already in the statistics. It would just be a question of rearranging, I think, but we'll have to check with Mladen on that one, because obviously I am not the one who's building the back end of products, because I don't know anything about programming computers and software and things like that. If Mladen can't hear us right now, I will write it down and have a chat to him afterwards to pass that idea on.
Yeah, and I guess the system is one thing, right? Like, is the system showing it? But maybe there's already something that we can look at. For example, maybe I'm I guess perceiving you as the financial guy, right? Maybe you can say, okay, well, look at the let's say percentage on your investments or on your loans, or look at the LVR, or look at whatever other number, and that will tell you what is your better strategy, whatever, right? Or so yes, there's the statistics and system, but there's also like how to read the thing that's already in the system to kind of quickly gauge,
So
because there's probably enough already. It's just reading it.
So in the reports, you can already go to your statistics, and it will show you what you own. It won't tell you which is performing better, but you can see, for example, if you see mine right now, you can see that I have a lot of real estate and only a tiny little bit of paper assets. We have a lot of passive income and not very much earned income, which is really good. You can see my passive and portfolio income versus my expenses, and you can see that it's higher already. You can see what I'm spending my money on. You can see what my income distribution is. So real estate revenue as opposed to salaries and wages, for example. But with regards to what has been outperforming everything else, with regards to investments by asset class, we don't have that just yet. But that might be something that is interesting to put in there, so you can see where you've performed the best and what's given you the biggest return. So I definitely know that that's not in there yet, but something that could be interesting to put in there to say, okay, so let's say that I've played for 4 years or I've played for 1 year. What have I actually done well, and what haven't I done so well? What's been a bad deal? What's been a good deal? And where have I made my biggest returns? Absolutely. I think that could be very interesting.
Yeah, and including tax, right? Like,
I will pass that on to him.
Cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, super fun, and yeah, I think I'm learning there. Although I guess I'm getting biased by, oh yeah, buy for $1, sell for 40. If only in real life we had those opportunities, you know? So yeah.
What else that Mladen and I are working on is to actually create historic graphs, so that when you actually go to buy a stock, it will show you the graph from a historic perspective of a real stock from real life, and we will know what will happen in the future based, or the computer will know what will happen in the future from this point in time with that stock, but we'll give you a bit of information about it, and then you have to decide whether you think it will go up or down. And obviously there will be stocks that will grow a lot and stocks that only grow a little bit or might go down a little bit or might go down a lot. And so then it will be much more realistic, because you'll be able to base it off of technical analysis of the graph. We'll give you some information about what was happening to that company at that point in time, so that you can then make a decision based off of real information, as opposed to, oh, $1, I definitely have to get that one. $10, oh, it's getting a little bit expensive, there's not that much potential upside left to it. $20, forget about it. So rather than being more randomized, it will actually give you more information so that you can make a proper financial decision around it. So that's something that we're working on, but it's a bigger project within the whole. So it will probably take a little bit more time for it to be put in there. But you can very quickly have a look. If we go back to the market section, we already have TradingView in there. So you can actually see some things. And we're going to use some of that information, but from historic point of view. And then looking forward, the computer will randomly perhaps take one of those stocks and then give you some information. So we'll input information and it will start there and give you the information as it was in real life. And then you have to make a decision on where you think it will go price-wise, etc.
Yeah, cool. Great. And just another question / feedback here. For example, I'm just looking on the main page on my, stuff at the bottom, and there's return on investment, and I have infinite, right? So it's infinite return on investment. That kind of sounds. Why is that infinite?
So,
because you're amazing.
As soon as your expenses are less than your passive income, it means that you can go without work and live forever without working. So that's why Robert Kiyosaki determines that as infinite.
If my what? If my cash flow is higher than expenses? No.
Higher than your expenses, that means that if you stop working tomorrow, you would be able to live at the same amount of expenses. Unless you have to increase your expenses, you'd be able to live forever without going back to work.
Man, a little correction. You explain wealth months, and she's talking about return on investment.
Yes, correct.
Which one have I missed? So where is the...
I'm looking, I have a duplex. I have a duplex. And the duplex has an infinite return on investment.
Okay. So an infinite return on investment on a property is going to mean that you are receiving so much income from that property that it's going to be more than 100% return on investment. So that means that you are...
But here you have 200, 250.
I have to go, guys. Thank you very much. See you later.
Thanks.
Good to see you. I think Michael also already had to go.
Yeah, Michael's left.
And someone joined.
And I don't think anybody's joined, have they?
Ethel.
Ethel joined later on before, anyhow. So Ethel's my VA, so she's just there to record and do different things and keep an eye on the background from that sense. So I would even need to potentially double check. Mladen, do you know about the infinite return on investment? I should know, but I can't think of it right now.
Of course, you get infinite returns when you recoup your down payment. So you put $20,000 as down payment, and when you get it back, then you reach, you got everything back. So after that, because there is no your money in a deal, the rest is just infinite returns.
Right, because it's zero, on the other side,
Correct.
You've already paid, when you've already received enough income from the property in order to be able to pay off the... So this is something that also happen in the game in that sense,
Because-
because in the game you don't actually calculate how much income you received off the property, because this game holds on to how much, or the information, it calculates the information, and it will actually calculate for you how many times you've received your income from the property, and it will base that
Yeah.
off of how much your down payment was to see when you've surpassed the amount of your down payment. So that
Yeah,
you
good.
get your money back off of the property. So if you sell it before you reach infinite return, it means that you haven't actually gotten your down payment back, but obviously you have your capital gains. But if you have held on to it for more than your down payment amount, it will tell you through the infinite return on investment.
Gotcha.
That-
Yeah.
That is why you don't want to put down payment on investment property, for example, because when you get the money back, then you can use the down payment for another asset,
Yes.
and this one you just recycle your down payment. And with formula calculates where you have how much is your deal in a deal. It's in the bottom part, so you divide it by 0 because there is no money
Yes.
left.
Yeah.
Or your part, everything is all from a lender, and when
Yeah.
you divide by 0, it's infinite,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that is goal. That is goal. So you can move to another investment with the same down payment. So you have 0 risk anymore from that point.
Yeah, no, yes. There's more there to unpack, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, thank you. I got it. Yeah.
I'm going to say thank you to Mladen for bailing me out on that one, because usually I have always run the game on the board and without that particular thing. So I know it in real life. I wasn't thinking of it in this case. So thank you for that, Mladen. And it's another topic, for example, that I would like to make a video about. So I'm glad that you brought up the question, and thank you, Mladen, for jogging my memory so that we can also look at making a video about that and explaining that one as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for the game.
It was
Again?
amazing having you all. I know that we've already lost 2 of you, but that's okay because we did go overtime a little bit. But it was amazing having you, and it's always nice to have familiar faces and new faces. And please keep coming back, because you keep learning more and more, especially when Olga's asking questions and when we have interesting deals where we work together and discover different things together, and we'll talk about different things. So it's really amazing having you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. And next week, what I wanted to do was I wanted to start transferring the game a little bit more to real life as well. And I wanted to have a look at having a look at who's interested in stocks and who's interested in property and who's interested in business, and actually starting to set little challenges. And for example, having a look at who can find the most profitable real estate deal throughout the week. Who can find, and we might have a little competition where, for example, everybody chooses a certain number of stocks. So let's say that I give everybody a fake $10,000, and then see who can make the most out of that on the stock market. And you can choose which companies you want to buy at the beginning of the week, and then we'll have a look at. So obviously, you have to nominate the stocks at the beginning of the week by a certain time. So you might have 2 days to choose your stocks, and then we'll see where they're up to at the end of the week, and then we can discuss and have a talk about what you've learned from the exercise. And you can play both games. You can play one of them depending on what you're more interested in, so that you can start practicing the skills in real life, as opposed to only playing in the game, even where you're already learning more than what you can learn from on the board. And that way you can practice some of the skills in real life and actually learn some negotiating techniques with real estate agents, having discussions with them, figuring out how to figure out which areas are good to buy in, figuring out which stocks are performing well or not performing well based on certain criteria. And so we'll have a talk about that as we start running those competitions. We'll start making videos to explain how that works and what you'd need to do for them, so that we can do some fun things around that and start having some competitions and some prizes for whoever comes up with the best results throughout the week. So that's also something that can be really motivating, especially for the competitive people, but even for the not competitive people, because even if you're not in for the prize, you might be in for the skills that you get out of it rather than just the prizes, for example. So that is something that I have on my schedule for working on throughout the week, so that it's an add-on to what we're doing here, and to give you those extra skills. Because, as I said, when I had the cafe and people used to come and play, and they would tell me that they had absolutely no idea what I was talking about when I said, well, what are you doing in real life with all of this? That's something that I want to remedy. So we're going to start looking at turning it into little exercises throughout the week, so that you can practice the skills and showcase what you've done, and then we can have a discussion on it, so that we can find mistakes that you might be making, or things that you might not be thinking about correctly, or things that you've done really well, so that other people can learn from them as well.
Great. Thanks again. I'll go as well. And yes, see you soon. See you
Yes,
next.
it's always awkward on Zoom. When you go in real life, it's easier. So I'll let everybody go. It was great having you all, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thanks, guys.
Can you stay 5 more minutes?
Yes.